I'd like to just start off by asking about how exactly you got into bodybuilding.
The reason, or how I got into bodybuilding was actually through martial arts. I actually took a lot of martial arts when I was a kid. Obviously, being the smaller kid, my mom put me in judo, karate, and kickboxing. And one of my senseis said I need to bulk up. So I was probably 14 years old at the time, and he taught me how to bench, basic 10 sets, 3 sets, or 3, And after that, I was hooked by the iron bug. After that, that carried on till college, till I moved back here, so on and so forth. Here I am.
Oh wow, that's really great. And you were married at the time?
Yes.
And still?
Yes.
How long have you been married?
About 2 years now. Yeah, just over 2 years. Yeah.
And do you think your bodybuilding has in any way affected the kind of person you sought out? Like, do you think you would have looked for something different in a different person if you weren't bodybuilding at the time?
I don't think so. No. I think that bodybuilding has changed me and my wife into a better person than what we were before. Yeah.
Wow.
In the beginning, when I started competing, bodybuilding it's a very demanding sport. It's 24/7, and at the time, when I started prepping for my competition, my wife was pregnant, and that took a lot out of the family. It does teach you a lot of stuff, which kind of made me pass it on to my other family members about being disciplined and not giving up in your goals. In terms of relationships, it actually made my relationship with my wife stronger, because she's now training with, she's eating better, training, and it just, to me, it made life happier. Yeah.
Has she ever thought about doing a figure or a bikini show or something like that?
She has, actually. After my competition,
she actually did go?
She thought about it. Yeah, she went and saw me, and at least there was a thought, something positive. Yeah.
Now, a lot of people have, criticized it, that it's kind of like a watered-down version of bodybuilding.
Yeah.
And other people think it's great because it allows, a lot more people to possibly compete.
Right.
Just in general, what are your thoughts on it, especially as, a lighter weight bodybuilder,
Right.
Who might not necessarily be looking to or able to get nearly as big as, the top guys right now?
Okay. Well, my views on the physique category is that I think they just train maybe not as heavy as we do, but I believe they train just as intense as we do. The way I look at it is physique is the ideal beach body without the exaggerated muscles that we try to put on. To me, the bottom line is that it's just a different look.
Yeah.
If they train well, eat well, I have no problem with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I had the help of my wife at the time.
Yeah.
There was that one point when I thought I looked fat. I guess that was that actually gave me the little nudge to compete, because I from a kid that was 125 and then gaining about 40 pounds after.
Yeah.
I was disgusted with the way I looked.
Yeah.
So I've always wanted to compete. I've always loved bodybuilders. He-Man was probably one of the guys I looked up to. So I was like, okay, let's do it. I wanted to make a change.
In general, what exactly is your opinion of the use of drugs though in the sport? Because it is, as is commonly known, it does occur.
Right.
It is generally considered a normal thing. in the
Okay.
sport, but do you think that attitude towards it is healthy in any way, or do you think it's something that needs to be addressed a lot more effectively?
I do believe it does need to be addressed a lot more effectively. I believe the media is abusing what it is and what it does.
Yeah.
To me, it is a drug. It's synthetic. But just like Tylenol, if you misuse it,
Yeah.
it does have side effects. Same thing with, let's be specific, anabolic steroids.
Yeah.
It is a drug. I do believe that it does give bodybuilders an edge if they do take it.
Yeah.
But I don't believe that's the main factor of winning competition. It basically it all comes down to diet and conditioning. How well you look, how good your prep is.
Yeah.
I as long as you know what you're doing, I don't find anything against it. And if I were to use it, I'd be in that point where I've done everything. I tried everything I could to gain muscle, to try to achieve these goals. And if I haven't reached them there, then I would consider. Yeah, that's how I see it.
Yeah. So another thing I wanted to ask, and we discussed this earlier while I was setting up, is was your placing at the novice. Do you want to maybe discuss that a little bit in terms of your thoughts on how you did and where you could improve versus where your competition was at?
Yeah. Well, I knew in the beginning, even at the weigh-ins, I knew I wasn't going to get first place.
Yeah.
The guy who took first place was obviously bigger than me.
Oh, he was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, good guy, Darren Packle. But in terms of what I should build on was, I think, more mass. A lot of my friends said that I could have carved up a little bit more and a little bit more detail. Actually, a lot more detail on my legs, especially. Since my coach tells me I have a good size, size amount of legs compared to my upper body.
Yeah.
I should work on the detail a little bit more. Basically, I should work on my conditioning. I think it's the best gym so far.
Really?
I train at different Ys, different shapes. I trained at those Snap Fitnesses. There's a gym on Nest called Anytime Fitness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like Snap. With the YMCA downtown, I find it very convenient
Yeah.
to where my lifestyle is with work and family. It has what I need,
Yeah.
in terms of the way I train, and it's just convenient in general.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.